It's been 50 years since the Rocky Horror Picture Show strutted onto the screen in heels, corsets and pure chaos. And somehow it's still alive. From flopping on the opening night to become one of the longest running theatrical releases of all time, Rocky Horror didn't just survive, it became a revolution. Whether you're a devoted Frank-N-Furter fan or just curious about what makes this midnight movie immortal, you're in for a real treat. Today, we're pulling back the glittery curtains to reveal 10 mind-blowing facts that you might not know about the Rocky Horror Picture Show that even some diehard fans might not even know. From real skeletons, one-take seductions, and a whole lot of backstage madness, this is more than just trivia. This is the strange but true story behind the world's most outrageous cult classic. So grab your fishnets, warm up those vocal cords, and whatever you do, don't dream it, be it. This is the 50th anniversary of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and these are 10 facts you don't want to miss. I'll see you, Shiver, with
Chatting Tracks. Let's talk music.
Hi, I'm Week's Chatting Tracks. Let's talk music. Let's talk music indeed. Today we're going through the 10 most important facts of the Rocky Horror Picture Show that you may not know. If you like the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and massively help me out because it definitely will. Anyway, let's get on with it. In a world where movies mostly play for a few weeks then disappear into streaming catalogues, the Rocky Horror Picture Show has done something no other film has. Since it first hit theatres in 1975, it's been playing ever since, mostly late night showings and especially on weekends. What started as a small cult curiosity exploded into a full-blown interactive experience, where the line between movie and audience completely disappears. At these showings, fans dress up in costumes that act out scenes in the aisles, they throw toast rice and even playing cards, and they shout back lines in wild, perfect rhythm. It's not just a movie, it's a performance, and it's a party, and it's a tradition that spans generations as well as continents. With nearly 50 years of continuous screenings, the Rocky Horror Picture Show holds the longest theatrical run in history release ever. It's been going so long, it's just got this record. It's more than a film, it's a ritual, it's a place to celebrate weirdness and be yourself and keep the time warp alive. Every single week, somewhere in the world, a crowd is dancing, singing and shouting, proving their legacy isn't just alive, it's thriving. Before Frank-N-Furter became the glam rock icon we know today, his voice was very different. In the original stage show version, Tim Curry gave Frank a thick German accent, a throwback to all the mad scientists from the classic horror films. But something was off, the accent was harsh, it was cliche, and it was missing the charm that the character needed. So Curry tried something new. He gave Frank a posh, upper-class British voice, partly inspired by Queen Elizabeth, and it worked. Suddenly Frank was commanding, flirtatious, and strangely refined, even while strutting around in fishnets. The voice brought humour, arrogance, and allure and made Frank completely unforgettable. It became one of the most mimicked parts of the film and truly helped the character turn into a cult legend. Sometimes all it takes is the right voice to bring a character to life, and he'd definitely done that. Filming the Rocky Horror Picture Show wasn't glamorous, it was cold, damp, and for Susan Sarandon, even dangerous. The movie was shot in a real British castle with no heat. Most of the scenes took place in drafty stone-walled rooms. Sarandon spent most of her time in a slip or lingerie with no protection from the freezing air. As filming went on, she caught pneumonia, but kept working anyway, determined to finish the role. She later admitted that no one took her illness seriously because the focus was keeping her sexy on screen. Despite it all, her performance as Janet was radiant, shy, playful and unforgettable. That dedication helped Janet become a beloved part of the film's heart and humour. And her perseverance is just one of the unsung efforts to help create Rocky Horror's lasting magic. When Eddie crashes into Frank's lab on his motorcycle, it looks wild, fast and fun, but filming that scene was a total nightmare. Meatloaf didn't actually ride the bike, the motorcycle was cut in half and guided along a hidden track. He sat on the dummy half, strapped in, pretended to ride while the crew members moved around it. The camera angles, strobe lights and quick cuts helped sell the illusion, but Meatloaf was terrified. He later said that the scene was so badly choreographed he thought he was truly going to die. Still, his performance was electric, full of rock and roll swagger and high energy. The scene became one of the wildest moments in the movie and his song Hot Patootie turned into a fan favourite. It just goes to show that sometimes movie magic is made under the most uncomfortable conditions. The opening of Rocky Horror is unforgettable, bold red lips floating in the darkness singing science fiction double feature. Those lips belong to Patricia Quinn who played Magenta, and the voice, of course, that was Richard O'Brien, the film's writer and actor who played Riff Raff. Patricia originally took the role just to sing that song, and when she found out her voice was replaced, she was furious. Still, that image of those singing lips become one of the most iconic visuals in the film's history. The disembodied mouth sets the tone right away. It's surreal, stylish, and just a little unsettling. It's a perfect opening for a movie where nothing's quite as it seems. Even today, new viewers are shocked to learn that the lips and the voice don't match. During the famously awkward dinner scene, things got a little bit too real for Barry Bostwick. As Brady was sitting near a large metal candlestick, and mid-scene someone knocked it over. It slammed into his hand really hard. His shout of pain, his shocked face, all totally real. But instead of reshooting, the director kept the take because it added to the chaos of the moment. The pain, the tension, the confusion on Brad's face all helped sell this creepy, surreal vibe of a scene. It's a perfect example of how accents turn into assets during filming. Now, Rocky Horror isn't polished, and that's the point. The rough edges and raw moments, that's what make it real. In one scene, a gothic grandfather clock opens, revealing a human skeleton inside, which is eerily lifelike. That's because it was real. According to production law, the skeleton was an actual human specimen imported from India. In the 1970s, using real bones in low-budget horror movies wasn't unusual. Everybody was doing it. It's a creepy detail that flew under the radar and was unnoticed by many viewers for many, many years. And it also added a layer of weirdness to Frank-N-Furter's already bizarre lab. And knowing the skeleton is real makes the set feel even creepier in hindsight. It's just one of the many strange, dark and fascinating facts behind the scenes of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Sometimes, reality is really stranger than fiction. When the Rocky Horror Picture Show first opened in 1975, it bombed hard. Critics hated it, audiences were confused, and theatres pulled it within weeks. But in a few places, midnight screenings kept going, and then something amazing happened. Fans didn't just watch the movie, they became a part of it. They dressed as the characters, they acted out the scenes, and shouted back at the screen. It turned the film into an event, an experience, and eventually a global tradition. Word spread fast, a cult following exploded, and every college town and big city started playing it. Today, Rocky Horror stands as the ultimate proof. Even a flop can change the world, and it definitely did. Let me tell you when I first found the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was off school because I was really ill. It was the late 80s, and I had a fever, and I couldn't sleep, so I got up to watch telly. And this thing came on called Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I thought it was going to be a standard horror film. Little did I know, for the next hour and a half, I was going to be taken to another world and totally blown away. Ever since then, I've been a massive fan. And that's exactly right. A flop can change your world. It definitely changed mine. It opened my mind to different ideas and different things. That's why I love the Rocky Horror Picture Show. The song Touch It, Touch It, Touch Me marks Janet's transformation from timid to tantalised. But what many fans don't know is the whole scene was shot in just one take. Because of tight schedules and a small budget, there was no time for do-overs. Sarandon had to go all in, and she did, with nervousness, charm and a raw energy. The result? A scene that feels spontaneous, sincere and perfectly in tune with the film's wild spirit. Her awkward dance moves, soft vocals and playful looks are all completely real. It's a moment that celebrates discovery, freedom and fun in true Rocky Horror fashion. Sometimes all it takes is one take to make movie magic. In a few blink and you'll miss it moments, the Rocky Horror Picture Show hides subtle Mickey Mouse imagery. It's a playful jab at Disney's squeaky clean image tucked inside one of the most raunchiest movies ever made. The contrast was no accident. Disney stood for family and safety, and the Rocky Horror stood for rebellion and freedom. These hidden Mickeys are a visual Easter egg meant for fans to spot and question and enjoy. They reflect the film's bigger message: be who you are, even if it's not what the world expects. Even in the tiniest details of Rocky Horror, it's packed with meaning and mischief. It's a movie that's always winking at its audience, even in the background. And that's why 50 years later, it's still endlessly watchable. How many Mickey Mouse ears and Mickey Mouse memorabilia have you seen in this movie? Let me know in the comments. So that's 10 things you might not have known about the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Let me know in the comments what your favourite movie moment is, what your favourite song is. Have you seen it live, and have you gone to see it dressed up and done that wonderful magic as well? While if you could subscribe, that massively help me out. I've got lots of stuff on here. I've got deep dives, I've got reaction videos, I've got interviews, I've got quizzes on here, I've got DJ mixes, I've got all sorts of stuff. So you might not like everything, but there might be something you can drop in regularly and watch as well. Also, me and my friend, we support unsigned bands by doing a show called The Flip Side of Pete and Robbie, where we get unsigned bands on and we interview them, play their music, we play all our unsigned bands, and it's just a cool hangout. So if you're up for that as well, subscribe so you don't miss that as well. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this episode of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, 10 facts you might not have known, and I'll see you on the next one. You know what? I think I'm going to go. And it's only a jump to the left. Love and peace.